from either a broken relationship, or you may actually be healing your heart from some heart issues physically. But it does feel like you're trying to find your balance after some reeling has taken place. It doesn't necessarily mean you are no longer in relationship. It could be that you're just finding a new way of expressing yourself within relationship, or it does feel like it is heart-centered. And as I said, it could be love, and it could be the physical aspect of the heart chakra. But it does look like you're continually trying to find your balance. A lot has changed over the last 12 to 24 months, and it does look like you're trying to simplify life a little bit on one end, but it also does feel like you're collecting information. You may be changing a job, you may be trying to find your balance in a new home, but it does feel like you have made a commitment to make some of these changes, and now you're working on the kinks and how that looks. The devil is right next to the temperance, so it may have affected your heart chakra. There may have been an affair. There may have just been some harshness I'm feeling within a relationship, or was physically harsh on your heart. So many of you may have had, found a murmur, or need to go on heart meds, or start exercising to exercise your heart. But it does look like this heart chakra is the main focus of finding the balance. What crosses it is the 9, and the 9, that's almost completion, is a 9. So it does look like you've been doing some reflection, Virgo, and that you've been really letting go of either old behaviors, patterns, people, forgiveness. You may be hitting some forgiveness for yourself and for others, but it does look like you are on the forward trajectory and no longer living in that kind of either guilt place or anger place about the past, and that you're really doing some self-reflection on what is needed for the next part of your journey and what can be weeded out. This includes childhood traumas, PTSD things, as well as friendships, relationships, and just emotions that no longer work for you. But it does look like you've been really tremendously healing yourself over the last couple of months and being a lot more grounded and honest in your endeavors and with your words. This blindfold is off of your eyes, so it does look like you are really taking a look at things how they actually are, not how you wish them to be. You are looking back a little bit, maybe not in regret, but to say goodbye and realize that you are the person that you have become because of these lessons, because of the hurts from the past. So it does look like they have no space in your world for future growth. So it does look like a big decision was made to change the way you process, change the way that you look at life, and to move forward. The Magician is above this, and for many of you, the Magician upside down. Were you pissed off at God? Were you pissed off at why is this happening? It does look like some questioning on why this has happened, the big picture kind of stuff. A little bit of regret and some anger has come up. It does look like over the last year, but it does look like making a conscious decision to change your process and to change some old habits will really benefit you in the long run. So I would encourage you not to turn away from the God or Goddess of your heart, and to really listen to what Spirit is telling you. I know you guys are an earth sign, and sometimes it is, your belief system can be shaken a little easy when negative things happen. So don't be afraid to re-embrace your faith and your faith in yourself and the journey. But it does look like you're a little pissed off, either at God or the situation, or why did this happen. But moving forward, everything happens for the best, and ultimately will bring us to our next place. So the devil is here. This is temptation. For those who've been sober, it's, somebody offering you a drink, or when you left a toxic relationship, are you having an inkling to go back? This is that last ditch effort to, kind of entice you back into a behavior that is destructive for you. So if you have a pattern of, not being faithful, you maybe get triggered by an old lover that you see. But the devil is just kind of a test. It's just a test, only a test. And how you react to that test will either propel you forward or move you backwards. It does look like the test has already happened to you, so you're quite aware of it. Being that the sun is here in the present time place, it does feel like you probably passed the test and did not give in to some desires that are unhealthy for you that you've already changed. The sun is new beginnings. It also can be for pregnancies, babies. Is there a new child in your life? Or do you have a new project that's like your baby? It's feeling more and more like a project, but some of you may be welcoming new children into the world this year as well. But the sun stands for, starting new things. It's the inception. It's the first thing on the brand new slate. It's a very high card, and it's an exalted one. And usually, you don't get to the sun unless you have done your hard work. So, it does feel like new opportunities, and it may be a new endeavor at work type of thing, or an offering of a new type of work, but it does look like it's something that is new and different and very exciting for you. It does feel like work or school type of thing, but it may bring you actually to another city, so you may have to move to make this happen, or travel a little distance. You could be working out of town type thing, but it does feel like a project is starting to get off the ground and being recognized. That sun is very bright in the sky, so it's being illuminated, it's being looked at, and it's been being looked at favorably. So the next card is a 6, and 6 usually show up after the 5s, which are always a challenge. So it does look like this challenge, finding your temperance, finding your balance over something that came out of the blue. You're still kind of reeling from it, so you do have a little energy to release still, even though you're working on this new project, it feels like, and the dichotomies of the projects, the moon, the sun, up, down, light, dark kind of thing. So you may need to float a little bit, gather your thoughts, ask other people who are in the know how they proceeded. But it does look like you are healing your heart and healing your body a little bit more. So that might be in your awareness in the immediate future as you're working out all these kinks. We can do both. But it does look like, Virgos, you guys are pretty single-minded. You're very focused on like one thing at a time, so this feels like you're going to have to spread your focus a little bit. It may be a little more uncomfortable for you to do, the multitasking things or to figure stuff out while you're in the inception period of this project. So be kind to yourself and just float a little bit if you get stuck. But yeah, some big stuff is coming up that still will require reflection on your part as well as action. The moon is here. That's taking what's inside of us and projecting it outside, taking those great ideas and really manifesting them into the solid earthly plane. The moon also can stand for a mother. So you may be working through some things with your mother, or working with your mother. Doesn't necessarily have to be a negative thing. Can be reflecting kindly on what she has taught you, or it can be releasing some things that were not healthy that mom brought to you. But being the moon and being in the basis of this, it does feel like you need to take those things that are intrinsic, that are inside of you, Virgo, and project them out into the world and see how they are welcomed. It does feel like they will be positively looked upon. So let that fear go and start moving that energy, Virgo. The King of Pentacles is here. As I said, this really feels like your energy. It's Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, so it can stand for a person, but being with all the cards around here, it really feels like it's more representing what the King of Pentacles is, and he is a mature person. He's a bit courageous, a bit worldly, and successful. So it does feel like your project will be successful. Choose the mature road. Don't get into the petty political things. Keep your eye on the prize, and it does feel like it will be very successful as long as you take, those wonderful ideas and project them into the world. So don't be afraid to try those new things and to do things a little differently. It does feel like success is on the horizon, but of course success usually dictates and requires some motion, energy, and effort. So make sure that you're doing that, and it does feel like your new endeavor or new job or project will be successful because the King of Pentacles is here, and Pentacles also stands for money, and it's in the exalted King position, so woohoo. All right, the next one under the culmination card is the Ten of Cups, and cups are about emotions and feelings, and it's all that watery stuff. This is also, the 10 is about family, so you may be getting together with family. You may have gotten together with family over the holidays and, resolve some things, but it does look like some things are getting resolved at home, and you're really enjoying each other's. But it does look like there might have been a little bit of faltering over the last couple of months, and you're now getting back together, more of a unified front. But it does feel like there in the past has been a bit of a wedge, and this does feel like it's in the immediate family, in your own home, not maybe mom, dad, siblings type of large unit family, but it does feel like it is within your home that you're resolving things. That there was a little bump a couple of months ago, but now things are starting to smooth out a little bit. But it also is requiring some healing. This blue is lighting up for me too, that it required honest communication and a steadfast work. So it does look like maybe you employed a counselor, maybe you reignited date night with your partner or your kids, but it does look like some hard work had to happen, and now things are coming into focus a little bit more in the home. The Knight of Swords is here. Knights are always about motion. Swords are about intellect, but also because the Knights can be kind of rushing in and very courageous. Sometimes they can be a bit misguided. So watch your words. It is right next to the Lovers, which is a 2, finding balance in relationship. This is also the Soulmate card. So it does feel like watch your words when you are discussing things with your love. That it does feel like some harsh things were said, either by you or by them. And that feels like it is getting cleaned up, but it's still kind of lingering in the background. And what I'm feeling with that sword is that your words can be very cutting, even though it is not meant that way, Virgo. If this does stand for a person, it is an air sign, a younger air sign, or an immature air sign. That can be a Virgo, a Gemini, or a Libra. But it is right next to the Soulmate card as well as the Family card. So this is either a person in your family that you've had disagreements with, or it really feels like cutting words. Don't rush to judgment with your partner, and be honest. Be honest with one another and start to develop that trust again within that relationship. What is to the left of it is the King of Wands. Wands are fire signs, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Now this is standing for the King. And wands also are about status and about wealth, they're influential. Um, sorry, but for the most part, the King of Wands, it feels like he's standing for honesty, integrity, being true to yourself, being true to your love. Um, Keep your business at home. Don't let anyone get into this middle of your sacred love space. So sorry. But the fact that the soulmate card, the lover card is hit here, it tells me there may be other people that are in the middle of your love space. So make that sacred, make that honest, make that exalted. Um, if it hasn't been that way, it's time to embrace that exalted place. So, yeah, but it does look like other people have their opinions on your love space. So it is yours and theirs alone, and it's nobody else's business but the two of you. So don't bring other people into the middle of that love space. Um, have you resolve it. All right, Virgo, that is your general reading for the month of February. I'm going to throw a couple of these chakra cards. These are one word cards that kind of bring it on home. Acceptance. It's time to accept you. It's time to accept situations. And, we can't change things without acceptance. So it's time to look at things honestly and recover. It does feel like you are recovering either from something emotional or something physical that had to do with your heart. So it could be a breakup, a change of a relationship, a heart attack, starting meds, getting healthier. So it's time to recover from the things of the past, accept the journey and where you are, look at things honestly, and continue moving forward.